We pray for better days.
Hi guys, welcome back. I'm Kylestorms23, and here we left off doing our Sea of Thieves Rare's 35th anniversary to get the special figurehead that they have released. This is now part 2. I welcome you. So, where we left off, we're hitting up our third island. We have found the paintings, and now we're looking for our third painting. Hope everyone is having another awesome day today. I know I sure am. So now we're looking for a painting called The Bear and Bird. It's another painting up top. So here we go on a crazy adventure. No, I thought that was a banana. So here we are going up. And you guys can follow this route if you want. If you have a quicker way on getting onto this island or getting up, please do so. So it's very distinctive. You might be able to find it right away. So it should be close to the valley here on some rocks. So it's not this photo. Painting, sorry. Close. I thought I'd be over here. So we're looking. Nothing so far. Oh, and of course we got company. It's always something when you come onto the islands. There's always a skeleton trying to ruin your day. Darn skellies. Just stay down! However, they can't because they're undead. So we're looking at our horizon. So far we're okay. We're gonna want to go down here. So it's now nighttime. Pulling out the lantern so we can see. And here we are. The bear and bird that we're looking for. So I'm gonna give everyone I want to give everyone a really good description of where you're gonna look for. So okay, so here's the valley, right? I'm gonna try and give you some light here. So here's the valley. You'll notice the cave. You'll notice up there. You're gonna want to get to this part of the island, and you're gonna want to get right to here, right just here in this corner. So here you are, and same thing like before. Look for a bear with a bunch of hunters ready to poke their stick at the bear. So another word of the wise, don't poke the bear. Here, you just want to inspect it. You can read it if you like. And boom, it's done. You'll get more doubloons and more gold. A cool thing about this photo that I do know is if anyone back in the day has played Banjo-Kazooie for a Nintendo 64, this is what they were referring to, was to that game. The bear and the bird. Because there is a cartoon bear, and he has his little trusted bird friend on his back that goes with him almost everywhere. I've only played the game a few times. I don't really quite remember it. I was very young when I played it. So now we're going to move on to our fourth island and final island. Some of you are like, whoa, back up. I thought there was 5 things we have to do here. Ah, but there is. So we're going to save the 5th thing for last, and everyone will know what it is. Some of you may have already gotten an achievement for it, but we'll save that for a bit. So now I just gotta look for my ship. It's always so hard to see at nighttime. Well, just turn on the light! Well, there, my light's on. Hopefully I can see. Oh god. So we're gonna have to just jump in the water here. Ah, perfect. So we found our boat, which I was a little worried because sometimes, you know, whenever you go grocery shopping and you park your car somewhere and then you come out with your groceries and you're like, okay, where did I park? Some may even have that panic button where it goes off. Unfortunately, my boat doesn't have that feature yet. So, we finally found our boat. More bananas, more coconut, a wooden plank, and another banana. So now we move on to our fourth island. Which is Shipwreck Bay. So that's in the wilds. It's about northeast from here. Seems like a straight shot. So let's set sail and move on up. So here we have the new DLC that was just released, called the Ashen Winds. Here you can fight 3 Ashen Skeleton Lords who are very tough. It's always advised that you bring other players to help you. Once you've beaten them, the rewards are great. They spawn quite a bit of loot around you. And their skull has a unique flamethrower ability, so you can use it as a weapon as well as trade it in if you like. So we may end up having to go through a storm. I'm gonna try and bypass it as much as I can. It is now morning in the game. Oh, and see, the island is firing at us. Don't worry guys, it's just skeletons. Up to no good as usual. Blasted humans! So now they're firing their cannons at us. Oh, pot shot! Are they gonna make it? Boom! Their aim is a little off. I'll give them some better credit next time. Oh, that lightning can be quite fierce. So, when you're in storms, a helpful trick is to kinda keep the main part of your wheel in place. Just sailing in a straight line, it does help. So if you know where you're going beforehand, if it's a straight shot, try and keep on that straight route. It will help because your compass will go crazy and haywire in the storm. Just like now that you're seeing. And of course the waves are getting bigger, so that's expected. Oh, you're gonna want to keep it right there, if you can. It is a little hard because it doesn't move. It doesn't stay in one spot like it would normally. So we're still on our main course on northeast. So we're passing an island called the Reaper's Hideout, which you can take in Reaper chests and Reaper bounties. These things give you a lot of gold and a lot of doubloons. However, they do make you appear on the map, so it's something to keep in mind. So when you appear on the map, other players can see you. I mean, if you're a brave pirate and say, "Ah, they can see me all day," like, "Come at me! Come at me!" By all means, go for these chests. They are worth it, and they do account for some achievements and accommodations. So, we're just out of that storm. We have accumulated some rainwater. Put it back in the sea where it belongs. We're gonna adjust course and head a little bit east. Without smashing into this rock right ahead. Oh, she's getting foggy out there, ladies and gentlemen. You should be able to see our island. With the fog, it's a little hard to see. If you go up to the crow's nest, if you do have full control over your boat, you can always just pull up your spyglass, and boom, voila! We have now targeted our island. Our last island that we have to go for. However, we're not quite done yet. So Shipwreck Bay is approaching. We're awfully close to this rock, although I've been closer to many. There's a fog ahead! Iceberg! Mayday, mayday, mayday! Although I think mayday is more of a plane term than ships. Sun's out. Guns are out. Not sure everyone's playing style for this. Some use a sword. Some use guns. I've seen people, however, do the double gun method, which is a little unfair and unsporting, that I personally find. I like using anywhere between the sniper rifle to the pistol. The blunderbuss is pretty good too. It does do the trick when it comes to skeletons. It does the most damage on them. If anyone's wondering, well, what's this area over here? This looks like a neat little island. So this is home of the Sea Dogs. This is another part of the online multiplayer that you will experience, called the Arena. This is all just straight action, ladies and gentlemen. This is all pirate versus pirate. Chests, sinking ships, dealing damage, taking down other players. It all accumulates to points. The highest points at the end of the match wins. These matches usually go on for about 20 minutes. It's a lot of fun. However, I suck at it, so I probably come in last place. So, now that we are arriving on Shipwreck Bay, we're going to want to look for, if anyone can guess it, the shipwreck. So it's called the Black Scythe. Or the Black Witch, or maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong. So you can see it just kind of over here. We're just gonna pull up right by this rock, all nice and tucked in like a little bug in a rug. We're now gonna bring up our sails just a tad, because we're not quite there yet. So this island also has skeletons that will shoot at you too. On what side, I do not know. Now there are some debris laying around here which can cause your ship to crash. So we're just going to want to bring it in nice and slow. Remember, we can't go too fast in this part if you're trying to get very close to the main part of the island, because of stuff like this off to the side. So we're just going to want to bring it in. And we're just going to want to glide. Now if you do happen to hit something when you're gliding in without the sails, I don't think it will register as damage, so you can get away with that. So now that we are approaching, we're going to head on to our island. I'm going to use the old sword dash trick to get into the water a lot quicker. So all it is, if you're playing on Xbox, press and hold RT, and just like that. On land it's a bit different. It's really good against skeletons if you want to give yourself some space and deal a bit more damage with the sword. It's easier when you dive into water, because you end up gliding through the water a lot quicker. So we're just gonna, ooh, a pomegranate. So we're just gonna find some supplies here, just a little bit, nothing too much. And here's our shipwreck. Oh, storage crate, which is very handy. A rowboat nearby, which is also very handy. And of course, skeletons that pop up that are not handy. I took care of them quite quickly. Bye-bye! So here you're going to want to come over here to where the shipwreck is. And you're going to get up at this point. And this is what you're going to click on. Right here where it says the name of the ship. So you're going to hit it. That's going to give you a description of the ship. Same as usual. You guys can choose to read it, or you can skip through it. And then it should give you more doubloons and more gold. Now we can move on to our final phase. So, before you guys equip your figurehead, you can do it before you set sail off on this adventure, or you can do it right before you're done grabbing all your stuff. So you guys will notice that on my ship, I have this figurehead right here. A woman holding two guns crossing her arms. This is known as the Huntress figurehead. And no, it's not something that you can buy from the Pirate Emporium. That's something completely different. This you can buy right in game for gold. If I do remember correctly, it was over 60,000, maybe 65,000 gold. I could be wrong, and it could be 48,000. It was a long time ago when I purchased this. So make sure you equip this, guys, right before you're about to do this. So here's the kicker, and people get really confused, so I want to make sure I confirm this with everybody. We're going to sail through a storm. Yes, we have to sail through a violent storm. But here's the kicker. You have to make sure all of your lights are out. We're not talking the ones just on top deck. We're talking about the ones on the bottom too. Right inside. So we're going to get out of this little area. And we're going to get ready to prepare for our final Easter egg. So this Easter egg is based off of the game A Perfect Dark Zero. I personally never played it, but I've seen really good things about it, and it has a very unique story. So we're gonna want to just sail. I'm just sailing very slowly. Here's the kicker. So in order to get this, you have to take all of your lanterns out. So the two up front, the one light by the wheel. You're going to want to shut off the two inside the little cabin here, right by the voyage table and the map. You're going to also want to go down below deck to where your storage units are, and you're going to turn these off too. All lights have to be off. So if you want to prepare for the storm, because the storm will cause your ship damage, just grab some planks beforehand. Make sure all of your lights are out. If you're on a galleon, if you're on a brig, every single light on that boat that is on has to be out. It doesn't matter if you have it on down below deck, it needs to be off. So, our final part, now that we have the figurehead, we have the lights out, we need to make sure that when we sail through this storm, it has to be at nighttime. So in game, right now, it's only going to be 6 o'clock. So we have to wait for another 3 hours in the game, not real life, in the game to sail through this storm. Just about supper time for me to have a quick bite. Pomegranate seeds. Very yummy. I don't know if you guys have had pomegranate, but I freaking love that stuff. So good. So as you can see, I'm heading right to the storm. I'm just kind of taking my time right now. Because we're not exactly quite there yet, and it's not exactly nighttime. So this has to be at nighttime. So now that we know, all lights on the top deck and inside the boat have to be off. On a galleon, there's a lot more lights, guys. So make sure you get the very bottom where the brig is, the middle part where your map, your clothing, and on top deck at the very back, ship wheel, and on the sides. They all have to come off. On the brig, almost every single light inside the bottom has to be off. Top deck, same thing. So the sun is going down. We got a nice sunset here. We have our trusted time in game, so it's almost going to be reading 8 o'clock, just past 7:30. Didn't seem all that long, did it? So I'm adjusting sails. I'm not going to go all that fast, because it's not exactly nighttime yet. Now don't attempt this if it's not nighttime. Make sure the stars just come out and the sun is completely gone in order to attempt this. It will take some time. So if you're sailing by yourself, what I will encourage is, once that sun is gone and you see the stars out in the sky in the game, and you're on your own, make sure you have some planks handy, and your water bucket is completely empty, because you will fill up and you might receive some damage. So right before you hit this storm, just sail. Sail through it, have a good time, pretend like you're in the movie A Perfect Storm with Mark Wahlberg, George Clooney, and just woo! And ride those waves as much as you can. Of course, while avoiding rocks and other things. So I like to sail for this right until the morning. So right when the sun comes out, or even until you get that notification that you received the doubloons and you received the gold. That's when you know you can stop and you can get the heck out of that storm. But make sure you have that figurehead. It's very distinctive. So we just passed the North Star Sea coast. Looks like the storm is coming towards us. So right now, as you guys can see inside the game, you notice that it's getting darker, and you're like, okay, let's do this. So by the time when you get to the storm, it should almost look like there is no pink in the sky. When you see that moon out, as it is right now, it's your time to shine. So let's do this. Full speed ahead right into the storm, guys. Taking a little while. There we are. Now if you need to see, only just use your lantern. I don't recommend on turning on any lights whatsoever before you do this, because I think it might not count. So just pull your lantern out if you have to see and get more planks if you need to for whatever reason. So we're now entering the storm. The rain is coming down mighty hard. The waves are looking ominous. The lightning is flashing. The thunder is roaring. The waves are rising over your head. The sea is now about to test the man's strength and courage of his heart. Let us go in. Some mighty waves we're hitting. Dun 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 dun. That was Pirates of the Caribbean. So this is what we're going to do. We're just going to want to drive around. You don't have to keep it straight. Just keep in the storm as much as you can. Turn. Do whatever you got to do to keep in that storm. So right now I can hardly see, and the ship is looking like it's going underwater from when it rises up on a huge wave like this. And right into that water. Boom! Looking so nice out here. God, I love this weather. It's actually quite frightening. Oh, that lightning. So we're cruising along. Some of you may ask, well, will the boat sink with all that rain? It'll take some time for the water to collect. However, you guys should be okay. Now, because I have full sail, I'm just going to raise it up, just so I remain in the storm. I don't want to stay out of it. You guys should also do the same. Oh, so I heard a crash. I can't see, so this is where our lantern comes in. So find your repair if you have a repair, because you don't want to sink. And just repair it. You already have the planks on you. You're good to go. Nothing to be afraid of, guys. Scoop out your water so you get some extra time. And right here, you should have already heard it. If not, continue to sail around until you hear that little sound of the gold chinging in your pockets. So I hope that this video was helpful for everyone. I hope that I covered a lot of ground in showing where the paintings were, as well as how to get this specific figurehead. So you buy it from the outpost, you equipped it, make sure every single light off on your ship is out. If you need to see, equip your lantern. If you're worried about damage done to the storm like it is now, have some planks on you ready to go. And sail around in the storm at nighttime only, and make sure that you stay within the storm in order to gain this achievement. You should get an achievement popping up on your Xbox, as well as an accommodation, and then you'll get your gold and your doubloons as usual. I'm Kylestorm23. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you take care out there in this pandemic, and you enjoy what you view. Thank you for watching my streams. Please like and subscribe. Until next time, friends. Over and out.